Hi everybody, this is a red and green deck that uses Chandra Hope's Beacon to copy some of our better spells and churn out copies of Titan of Industry and Etali Primal Conqueror right here. Now, I normally like to play a lot of arcane bombardment decks that make copies of spells out of your graveyard and let you cast them for free. Chandra fits in really well with that kind of strategy because she gives you a free copy and you're going to be casting a lot of instants and sorceries anyway. Well, in recent sets, when all of the Suns Twilight cards came out, you ran into a little problem with a deck like that because all those cards require an X cost, which doesn't really work if you're copying it from the graveyard for free. X becomes 0, and they essentially become useless if you want to use them in that kind of deck. I really wanted to try Green Suns Twilight, and so I came up with this instant and sorcery kind of rampy list that really takes advantage of Chandra in place of Arcane Bombardment and lets us play cards like Green Suns Twilight. Now, if you copy the Twilight and X is 5, you get to put something directly onto the battlefield, and Chandra, well, she'll just give you a copy of that if that's your first spell of the turn. Sounds great to me, as we've got a lot of ramp going on here. We've got a great top end of Etali and the Titan, and a number of spells to help us find them, draw cards, and do a little bit of ramp as well. Now let's go see some games with this deck over on the ranked standard ladder. All right, let's get into it here. We've got a nice early Stomper here. We've got Etali. Kind of need to fill in the gaps here. So we're trying to copy Green Sun Zenith. We're trying to copy Green Sun's Zenith. Oh, is this the Jeskai Dragons deck from a while back? That was pretty good. Yep, opponent's got a dragon for us. It's 3 to the face. We're going to play land number 2. Can't tear asunder the battle. Opponent's got nothing for us. All right, let's go for Stomper. Stomper lands without any issues. We're going to go find us a forest. Got all the colors we need here, stuck in these proving grounds to be able to tear asunder something. Opponent's got Atsushi for us. There's the Green Sun. No Chandra, but one more turn, and then we can do the good mode of the Sun if we have X equals 5. I'm going to tear asunder Atsushi over there so they get no death trigger. No attacks from us because we don't have 7 lands for the Stomper. And ready to go with Green Sun. Chrome Host Siege Shark. All right, well, this is a different deck than I was imagining, but we're still going to go for the Sun while we have a apparent window. Oh, my goodness. Well, we're taking the mountain. Don't know what I was expecting. We do have 2 reanimation targets in our hand, at least, and we do have 7 mana for them next turn. Stompy can attack because we've got 7 lands, and I don't think the shark can flip over this battle on its own. Kind of surprised that dragons and the shark got sandwiched together, but that shows you how much I know about that deck. All right, they're attacking the battle, bringing that down to 3. We draw another lightning strike. Let's go for our attacks here. Opponent's looking like they might have a Wanderer for us that they can't really do anything with. Could just be an instant. After all, they're playing the shark. Let's go for the Titan here. If they counter this... Oh, Titan just gets right in there. In that case, let's make a Rhino and put a shield counter on somebody. I was going to say, if they counter this, we've got Etali as backup, which always generates a couple of extra things to do. Hey, we were right about that Wanderer. Comes down end of our turn, makes a token. Thank you, Stomper, for having vigilance. Okay, they're putting a counter on the shark. Looks like they're going to go try and flip this battle. They might not remember that we have reach. No, they do. Okay. Titan has reach. A lot of people used to forget that. All right, let's send our 2/4/4 things over at the Wanderer. Free blocks. They could have another Wanderer, which is why I'm keeping the Titan back on blocks for the shark. Don't really care if they want to wander. Hey, you know, it feels good when you guess correctly sometimes. Well, unfortunately, that's going to trigger the shark. They're out of mana to flip any tokens, but they're going to be able to exile this Rhino. If that's what they choose to do, maybe they're going counters instead. They are. Putting a counter on the shark. All right, so that's going to get rid of our Stomper. Go to damage. Yep, nothing happens there. Let's go Reservoir then. We've got a lot of burn in our hand, and we can sort of guarantee we're going to put a few counters on this thing after we cast these spells. That's going to give us a little flexibility, because our opponent's got some nice, beefy incubate tokens in the background there. Transforms one of them. I think these both triggered off of a Wanderer. So yeah, a pair of 4/4s coming at us. Opponent looking like they want to try to flip over this battle. So definitely going to try to sacrifice one of these tokens, since they know we're going to probably block. And it's 2 cards, but we can burn out one of these. Put a couple of counters on our Reservoir and maybe clean up any leftover tokens that are here. Yeah, let's just do that. That makes more sense. We'll hang on to our card. Reservoir a pay 2 to add 1 damage kind of thing in this scenario. So the shark now up to a 5/7 thanks to their Wanderer. We draw Green Suns Twilight. Well, we've got more mana. That's going to give us a better look, but Etali is right here. I don't know. What does it make sense to do? The sun gives us a land. Let's at least get the attacks out of the way first. Nothing good for us. Let's just go Etali. It's right here. Ooh, we get a Seed Shark and Etali number 2. All right, well, we'll keep the new one, I guess. Let's get Atsushi and big score for us. I think now we can discard this Twilight. We've gotten tons of value. We're going to draw a few cards with this. And actually, between all these treasures, we might be able to get up to the point where we can flip Etali, a thing I have yet to do. Opponent untaps, plenty of mana. Owl of the Dawn Sky. And taking a look at our creatures, looking like they want to do something. Still investing in the Seed Shark, brings it up to a 6/8 with that counter from the Wanderer. Going to combat here. Yeah, no good attacks for our opponent either. Tell you what, let's just cycle this away. We get a Topiary Stomper. I would love to flip Etali, but I think we may have enough here. Let's just send them in, all at the face. Math is for blockers. We also have 5 points of burn in our hand, so I don't know. We're going to go for it. Yep, can't chump block with the token there. Yep, Shark is good on blocks there. All right, that block means you take 1. Plus the 10 remaining. I don't think that's going to do it. I don't know if there's a way they could effectively block this board, actually. Especially given the burn we've got left over. That was Xaxes. Yep, good game. All right, back for another one. We've got Topiary Stomper to start us off. There's a beach ball here? What is this? Why is there a Baywatch Kiora over there? Is this like a developer or something? Gotta look into this. Kiora, one of my fave planeswalkers from back in, what was that, Cons block? When I hopped back into Magic for a solid year there. Opponent's on some mono red for us. We're going to go Stomper. Go and get us another land. Now, any mono red player worth their salt knows that the Stomper can't block. We'll see what happens here. Lightning Strike on the Stomper. Play with fire. Okay, I mean, all right. I guess that could have gone at our face. We're only at 15, and that's 2 cards out of their hand. Well, we can't see the rest of their hand, so who am I to say? Let's go for this Reservoir here, and let's just pass it on over. We could take a bit of damage from this Foundry. All right, they've got a Voldaran Epicure, so that's an extra damage plus a blood token. Another one, okay. Well, that brings us to 13. Lightning Strike coming at our face. That's 10. Attack from the Swift Spear. That's going to bring us to 8. All right. Well, we're going to need one of these spells to go looking for our Titan of Industry. That's going to probably get us out of range, but Chandra is going to be here in the meantime. So let's take full advantage of her. Let's do the minus. Let's go for 2, because I definitely want the Swift Spear gone, and we'll take out one of these Epicures along with it. Now they've got a choice to make. Do they go for our face, or do they go for Chandra? They've got enough on board to eliminate Chandra if they want to. All right, cycles through a mountain with that blood token. Oh, they found the Lightning Strike for her. Okay. Well, at least they're out of mana to activate the Foundry, so that's just 1 coming across there. Down to 7. Got a big score. Got this reservoir here. Expand the spheres. Could pull a couple of lands out. Yeah, why not? This will let us put a counter on the reservoir and at least shoot down the Epicure if we want to. And actually, we've got Tear Asunder here for the Foundry, which I believe is an artifact creature when it gets turned on. That didn't sound right. You know what I mean. All right, another Epicure comes down. Brings us to 6. No cards left. All right, the Foundry is finally getting fired up over there. Swings in for 3. Oh, where it is. Let's use the Tear Asunder on the Foundry. Don't have to worry about that anymore. We'll get another counter on this reservoir down to 5. Proving Ground. All right. Well, we need to draw something good here. Let's get rid of Bushwhack. We'll cast Big Score. Thrill of Possibility. Okay. Well, we are in a tricky spot here. We're getting close to Lightning Strike range. I know they've spent a few, but the red deck always has them when they need them. Let's use the Reservoir on an Epicure here. And let them go to attacks. All right, down to 3. We know they got no cards in hand. We're going to Thrill, discard Proving Ground. We pick up a Green Sun and a Chandra. Let's see. What do we got here for mana-wise? I think we just put as much as we can into the 1 Sun. Was thinking we could maybe get Chandra to do it, but we'll save her for another time. We are kind of desperate here. There's a Titan. And yeah, we'll just take a Rockfall Vale. Yes, we will put them onto the battlefield. Titan's got reach. We're going to gain 5 life. We're going to make a Rhino. We're going to target us. And that essentially negates like at least 2 cards worth of damage that they need to draw. So we're really kind of putting them a little bit behind in this situation. Reckless Impulse. Double Phoenix Chick. Okay. I mean, there's a scenario where they could sort of winnow us down here. Rhino's going to block the ground-based game. Titan takes out a Phoenix Chick. We go down to 6. All right, well, Chandra, here we come. We're going to just use your minus ability, take out these chicks. That way they can't bring back the 3rd when they go to attacks. And Lightning Strike, probably keep that up. Think it should be able to hit most of what they can throw at us that has haste. And if they've got nothing, then we cycle away the Proving Ground, and we go in for the win. Looks like nothing. Well, in that case, let's remove some counters. Throw some damage at our mono red opponent. And, yeah, let's just go to attacks. Man, that was a clutch Green Sun right there. Good game. All right. Well, we have the very top and the very bottom of our deck. Let's see if we can make this work. Love to see a Topiary Stomper in these opening hands, but we'll have to make do with what we've got. Back to our opponent here. Mono black so far. Misery's Shadow. Very painful creature if we can't stop it, so let's go ahead and do that now while they have no extra mana remaining. We draw another land off the top. Let's pass it on over. Might need to thrill here and try to find a ramp spell or maybe a big score. Tainted Adversary. Alright, so this may be more aggressive build here of the mono black. Let's discard the forest to thrill. We get more lands. Alright, well, it's it's only a matter of time before these big things come down then. Question is, do we live long enough to do it? Alright, opponent plays out the Takenuma, plays a baby Flesh Gorger. Very painful. We're going to get hit for 2 and down to 18. That's a nice draw off the top. Let's go for Expand the Sphere. Lets us pull 2 lands out. I'll take those 2. Threw that in here to try and see if we could proliferate with it. I know we're playing with Geistflame Reservoir. You can see we've got Chandra here. Opponent attacks us down to 13, gains a little bit of life. And you never know when you can proliferate a couple extra counters on something. We're going to go Titan here because Mono Black runs a lot of targeted removal. And kind of want them to use it on this. We're going to go for the shield counter just in case. Well, yeah, I forgot about the old Shieldred's Edict there. They can choose non-token creature, and so the shield token doesn't matter. I mean, you kind of run the risk of that no matter what deck you're going to go up against. White's got exile effects. Blue's got Fading Hope, although I'm not sure. They would Fading Hope your token, not the thing with the shield counter on. You know what I mean. All right. Gorger's got Menace. We're going to block the Adversary. Since I know Mono Black plays a lot of removal, I can't really count on this Rhino sticking around. Plus, it limits them to drawing 1 card off of Gix. Who, hopefully they're a ways off of activating. Ouch, a main deck duress. That's going to take our Chandra. But they see these pair of Etalis we've got going on here. Let's toss one out there and see what happens. We get another Etali and a Shieldred. So that's our Etali, I believe. And Shieldred from the opponent, yes. Yes, what am I saying? They're mono black. We'll keep 1. We'll roll the dice again. Big score. Yes, we have a land to discard. And how do you like this duress, opponent? All right, we snag an Edict out of their hand. We just have the Razor Lash left. We draw a little bit with big score, but we've got a Shieldred in play, so that's some life. Let's play this land. Gives us the option to big score, or we could just wait and do Etali next turn. But Shieldred kind of digging us out of a life deficit here. All right, opponent going with the Sleeper. Probably going to start looking to draw cards. Kind of stonewalled the ground attack plan. Ooh, we get a Chandra. Okay. Let's do Chandra here since we have the momentary advantage. And I love to double up a big score with Chandra, so let's get some mana to do that. We'll go red, red. Big score. Sorry, Etali. And let's draw into some more things. All right, big score has been doubled up. We get plenty of life. There's a green sun. Would love to copy that. Too bad that's not an instant. That would be kind of broken. Well, you know what we can do? We can just use all this mana to Titan of Industry right now. All right, waiting on you, opponent. Come on, buddy. All right. Titan of Industry comes down. Let's do destroy artifact or enchantment and make a token. So the Gorger is an enchantment. It's going to cost us 3 life to do, but that's well worth it. Shieldred's been giving us some life here. We're going to attack with Etali here, and oh, they had the option to death touch, but they're still away from the keyboard. You there? Gopher? Gopher? Gopher. 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 Must not be there anymore. All right, well, you know, good game. All right, Shigeki's showing up here in our opening hand. Hopefully we can get an untapped land, play him right on time at 2. Another hand where we get all of our top-end threats here at once. Opponent looks like they had a mulligan. We're going to play Rockfall Vale, pass it on over. Looks to be another mono-red opponent as Phoenix Chick comes in, brings us down to 19. We're going to play Ziatora's Proving Ground. Not going to play Green Suns Twilight on 0. Thank you, Arena. We're going to go down to 18, thanks to the Phoenix Chick. Rockfall Vale. Let's play Shigeki. If it survives, it's ramp. If it doesn't, probably it's going to attract a lightning strike. Nope, opponent just with a play with fire to our face. Does a little scry to the bottom. Another play with fire. Looking for something very specific, I imagine. Didn't play any other creatures last turn, so... Oh, Invasion of Regatha. Ouch. Well, Shigeki's still here. Regatha brings us to 10. Phoenix is going to take us to 9. Big score right on time. Love that card so much. So I think we're probably going to act like we're going to do Shigeki. We're not. We're going to do big score. Probably discarding Thrill. Oh, Lord. Another invasion. That's going to bring us down real low. Okay. Same deal as last turn. That brings us to 5. Phoenix Chick hits us to 4. Big score. Come on, save us here. We need an untapped. Yep, there it is. Plus 2 treasures. That's enough to just hard cast this Titan out of our hand this turn. Perfect. All right, great. We're going to go Titan. That can block the Chick. We're going to gain some life. And we're going to make a creature. All right, back up to 9. Shigeki doesn't need to attack. We've we've asserted dominance, but there it goes. Good game. All right, let's keep this. I'm trying out Bushwhack in here with the idea that once we play our ramped creature, we can use Bushwhack to kind of clear the board, but I don't know. I've been finding once we play our top-end stuff, then that's kind of enough. At any rate, let's go Ziatora's Proving Ground. Pass it on back to our opponent. Turn 1 consider means we're probably going to see a Djinn this game. So, not sure how this one's going to go. Do like the name, though. Gorko. Alright, land number 2. We have Tear Asunder available. Play with fire. Play with fire. Probably going to shoot a Delver here, if they've got one. Nope, just looking at land number 3. Haughty Djinn. Ugh, yeah, can't quite remove it. We're a little ways off from tearing it asunder. Yeah, maybe opponent thinks we didn't have anything to get rid of it. We're going to have to spend 2 spells on this. Tapped out. It's not a great deal for us, but look, there's only 4 of those in the deck, and that's kind of what makes the whole thing work. All right, another consider. Consider number 3. And nothing more from our opponent. Well, Topiary Stomper. Let's give this a try. So we could maybe Bushwhack a future Djinn if they get one. Otherwise, we do have Tear Asunder mana. We're going to grab a forest here. Yeah, once we hit 2 red, we just need 3 green for the eventual Titan of Industry. All right, there's the other haughty Jin. They have mana to back it up now. So likely not going to be able to get rid of this, but I mean, we may have to give it a try. So let's go Tear Asunder here. If they've got just a counter for it, we can try to Bushwhack and make our Stomper fight the Jin. Slip out the back. I was going to say, the one thing that would foil that strategy, and actually we probably should have done that backwards. We probably should have Bushwhacked first. Although they could have probably reacted to it and we still would have lost the Stomper. I don't know. It's not a great situation. Opponent drawing some cards with a Thirst, going up to 8-5 on the Jin. There's a Delver finally. Okay. Opponent attacks. Gonna hit us for 8. Alright, well, let's try to sneak a thrill in here. Bushwhack's time has passed. I was gonna say, that's a juicy counter target. Well, good news, we've got Green Suns Twilight, and we've got exactly the right amount we need at 5, so let's hope there's something great in the top 5. We'll take Etali and a land, sure. All right, Etali comes out. What do we got? Opponent might not be happy about that. Ooh, so we get a Stomper, and we'll take a Jin. And we actually play with a few spells in this deck. It's going to have a little power there. Second Stomper here to pull a land out of our deck. Jin looking at a 6-4 here. Actually an effective blocker for our opponent's Jin. So they're going to need something like a slip out the back, Fading Hope to get through here. No blocks as we attack with the Stomper, bringing them down to 16. Delver triggers but does not flip, so that was not a spell, or at least not a spell they wanted to show us. Okay, so opponent's got Thirst here. This is one of the ways Mono Blue can sort of sneak in those extra points of damage. Keep drawing some cards, playing some spells. There's Slip Out the Back, removes our blocker. Another haughty Jin. Are they one short? They are one short. All right, Stomper is going to block the Delver. We can't block the big Jin. Down to 1 here. Do we just have this? Let's take a look at... We're going to big score. Take a look at the top. There's some burn. We got a Chandra. So Chandra can either double up this Lightning Strike, or if we use Chandra's minus, that's probably a better deal. So we can do... Let's see, they're tapped out. Let's do 4. Takes care of the blocker and does some damage to our opponent. And then we've definitely got enough to finish this one off. That was close. Good game.